am so excited today. Back in the mountains for a wild camp. And once again in the Brecon Beacons. I've been kindly invited over here by Headley Thorne, Warren from Linley's 360, and Dan, Camp Life Bushcraft.
Hello.
And we've just reached the summit of Cribyn. And the view from up here is absolutely insane. Just look at the state of that. Somewhere under that cloud is Pen y Fan. It's quite windy today, so I think we're going to try and drop down a little bit lower. No one told me about that though. Oh dear. That's a relief. Apparently we're not going down that way. Winner. Is that home sweet home?
That's home sweet home.
Let's get down there.
Breezy.
I suppose there's worse spots to pitch a tent, but this wind is brutal. Nice and flat though, and look at the view.
So it's the same shape.
Might need guy lines for myself at this rate. Fasten everything back up. We don't want it blown away. Got to be so careful when you're pitching in the wind. Get a couple of these guy lines in. I told you it was a bit breezy. Like a Mexican wave, a Welsh wave we'll call it. There we go, stop flapping now. Just in time as well, it is dark. Just need to finish off tidying up a little bit and get the rest of the guy lines out. Already with just a couple of guys, it's solid as a rock. Here we go, all pitched up. Everyone else has beat me to it a little bit, but I've been filming the pitching process.
Just me not understand.
Stunning spot. That wind is bitterly cold now. We get my bag inside and get things set up inside the tent. Windy out there. First things first, let's sort out the electrics, get some lights on. Deeper than you think, these bags, aren't they? There we go. So now we've been illuminated, I can tell you all about Squarespace, who's kindly sponsored the video today. So if you don't know who Squarespace are, basically they're a website that makes it really easy for people like you and me to create a website of our own. I don't know anything about web design or coding. All I did was choose one of their ready-made templates, uploaded my own photos, and within a couple of hours I was up and running. Squarespace has got loads of different features, but I mainly use mine for promoting my YouTube channel, my online raffles, sending out newsletters, and occasionally I check the analytics to see where all my traffic's coming from. Whereas Mrs. M has set up her website for selling her artwork and paintings. So whatever you want to do really, Squarespace has got you covered. So if you fancy having a go at building a website of your own, If you click the link in the description below or head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner, you get a totally free trial, and when you're ready to go live, you get 10% off your first purchase. So looking forward to this camp. I haven't done a mountain camp in ages. So good to be up high. The views are absolutely stunning. Cribyn's, it's about 5 metres shy of 800 metres, so we've done the summit, dropped down a little bit. Not avoiding the wind still, but it's better than it was. It's a cracking spot. It's a shame there was no sunset, and it's too cold to be hanging about having a chat either. We had a good chat on the way up. I will be popping out for a natter once I've got set up in here though. Need to get a few more layers on. Got me insulated trousers and a puffy jacket to put on. I'm going to get my bed ready, just get warmed up a little bit, maybe get a coffee on the go. There's not quite so much room inside this tent, but solid as a rock. It's not going anywhere tonight. Fingers crossed. It's nice to be off that cold ground. My backpack is going to go in the vestibule, but I'm going to put it inside my pack liner and then seal that up. Means it won't get wet. I just need this before I go. Need to brush and mouthwash before you go. Don't mistake that for maths. Check I've not got the tag sticking out this time. I've jumped in the quilt to get my feet warmed up. Put the kettle on and get things warmed up from the inside. Gasping for a coffee. Just to warm me up, really. Got my little Aldi silicone mat. Get that on the floor so I can got somewhere to put the pan without burning the grass and what have you. Getting good at this, not I'm not taking the lid off till it's boiled. Put that there a second. Coffee on the table. Cheers. Just what the doctor ordered. Warming my hands up as well. It is absolutely brutal out there. So glad to be wrapped up in here. But I was a bit nervous about today. excited and nervous. What did they call it? Nervited. Yeah, I've not been up a mountain for a long time, and I've not been in the best of health. Headley, Warren and Dan, they've kindly looked after me. But we're parked down the valleys, I don't know, 4 or 5 mile away, something like that. And then we followed an old Roman road up between Vanabig and Cribyn. So it's the valley either side of those two, and we walked past 2 old abandoned reservoirs, the Lower Nuad, I think it's pronounced, and the Upper Nuad. Yeah, so they used to be full and feed the water supply to Merthyr Tydfil, I think. But yeah, they fell into a bit of disrepair, and they didn't really produce enough water to warrant the cost for the repairs, so they drained them in 2014. But the dam of the Upper Nuad is, the walls are still there, and it looks a fascinating building. I think it's a listed structure now as well, so they can't even knock it down. But they have retained some water there, so it's like a wetland now as a nature reserve. So the first couple of 3 miles along the Roman road was pretty easy going, to be honest. Apart from the odd up and down and a little stream crossing, nothing to shout home about until you get to the crossroads where you can either turn right up to Vanabig or left up to Cribyn where we wanted to go. So apart from a few clips of B-roll, I hadn't bothered with switching the camera on. Too busy nattering away with the lads. But I'll take you back now to the crossroads of Vanabig and Cribyn, show you the hike up and some absolutely stunning views, and then I'll bring you back to this moment now and cook up some, let's say, gourmet grub. It's gourmet compared to the poached eggs I did last time anyway. I hope you enjoy the views. That one's called Fanny Big. Always makes me laugh, that. Whereas this one, it's called Cribyn. Or Cribyn, depending which part of Sheffield you're from. The Roman road was pretty easy going, to be honest with you. I'm expecting this bit to get the blood pressure up a little bit though. Okay, he's running down. Bonkers. Yeah. Good effort.
Cheers, mate.
Life goals. One day. I'm not going any closer than that.
How did you get into the idea of camping and walking? Way before YouTube.
No. So for me it was...
Oh, it was YouTube?
No, it was through YouTube, but it was a progression from bushcraft. So I was doing the bushcraft stuff.
Bushcraft,
and I was watching some YouTube videos about bushcraft, and I found a fella called Dean Reed. We've just reached the summit of Cribyn, and the view from up here is absolutely insane. Just look at the state of that. Somewhere under that cloud is Pen y Fan. It's quite windy today, so I think we're going to try and drop down a little bit lower. It's 8:30, a bit late for tea, more like supper. So looking forward to this. So I've used, actually, for storing it, the cover from my hot water bottle got beef stew, and we were making up some dumplings, and Diet Coke bottle that was lying about, and I've just filled it with water and froze it and used this inside there just to, I've travelled from Sheffield to Headley's and then on to the Brecon Beacons, so that has acted as my fridge. Looking forward to that. But the dumplings, I've just got a little bit of the mix from yesterday, so I made a stew in the slow cooker, and this is what I've got left. Save some just for today. So I'm going to put this into the bowl, pour a little bit of water in, just a bit at a time, and then I'm just going to mix it up. Might just be one dumpling. They do sort of double in size, don't they? It's actually going to be the right amount of water, I think. That was lucky, wasn't it? Cut that in half, and we'll have 2 little dumplings. Come on. Might need a tiny bit of water in there now. Smell that already. So I'm going to heat that up first. Make sure it's a little bit saucy. So we'll add a bit more water and then drop the dumplings in. These are only tiny little dumplings, so they shouldn't take much cooking. There's 1 and 2. Let it do its thing. Should we have a little look? Oh, they're getting big already, look. Flip them over. They're light and fluffy. Oh, have some of that. I'm going to eat it out of the bowl today. Let's get some in here. I added a bit too much water, but in the day a stew's just a hearty soup, isn't it? Good portion that. But I'm not eating anything else today. Had a few nuts. Let's tuck in a bit of potato first. Oh yeah. Bon appetit. Let you try the bit of the dumpling. Come on then, tell me what you reckon. Proper camping food this. Scraping the barrel now. We better wash up, so that's pretty clean anyway. These spatulas are good for just, just scraping the edges. Nothing sticks to this pan. So good. And then we're going to use a little white if we can get into it. I think these are made with bamboo, biodegradable ones. Not that I'm going to, leave it lying about or anything like that. It's going to go in my rubbish bag as well. It's so easy to clean. That's it. I'm ready for my coffee in the morning. See how windy it is. It's been raining. That's enough, I think. Pull out of here.
Say good night, Mr. Messner.
You all right, mate?
Have a good night, sir.
Yeah, you too, pal.
And I'll, oh yeah.
Headley's out. Headley's out in it. He's absolutely bonkers.
Final guy line check.
Is it?
How's the tent holding up?
All right. What's my guy lines like?
Yeah, do you want me to go round?
Yeah, if you won't mind, mate.
I won't mind. Yeah, here we go.
Like it.
We're all good on those things.
You should be all right.
Yeah. A little bit of tightening needed there.
What's the old saying? You don't keep a dog and bark yourself, do you?
Thanks for that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I'd have had to have gone out at some point, but...
Yeah, it's better if you don't. It's really not particularly pleasant out here.
So I've been doing quite a lot of thinking lately. Reflecting, all of that kind of stuff. And I've kind of... I don't know if you noticed, but I've got the bug again. I'm feeling like I used to feel 10 years ago when I was wanting to get out week in, week out, finding some epic locations to camp, getting out in conditions like this, which is, it's not the most extreme, it's not like storm conditions, but it's enough to, you know, make your hair stand on end a little bit, especially when you consider the location. The views walking up here are incredible. And one of the things that made me feel like that those years ago was my Hilleberg Soulo. Got so many memories of so many adventures with that tent, and I got rid of it. Now at the time I thought it was for the right reasons and wanted to do something a little bit different, and it's okay to change your mind. And I changed my mind at the time about the Soulo. But I changed my mind again. You know, I've arrived yesterday. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. Yeah, the day before. Pitched it in the kitchen. Just sorted the guy lines out, put some little bungees on them, and couldn't wait to get out tonight. And the joy on my face when I'm pitching it is just a breeze. So I had said in other videos about the Unna, and I love the Unna. It's got so much going for it. You know, it's got more space. It's, I would say, simpler to pitch. Well, less complicated, but that's only when it's not really windy. So trying to pitch it in these conditions today would have been more challenging, because you sort of have to lift the back end up in it to get the poles in, and you can't build it up gradually and pull your guy lines out like you can on a Soulo. This was a breeze to pitch. You know, anchor it to the ground straight away, build it up, guy it out, build it up some more, guy it out some more, and then just put the lid on, and it is solid as a rock. I've fallen in love with the tent again. So yeah. So this is going to be my my mountain adventure tent for a little while anyway, for the solo expeditions. Right, I'm going to zip up and listen to this wind for a little bit. It's going to be raining later, so wind and rain on the fly sheet. What a combo. Cheers. It's an early start in the morning, so I'm going to try and get a bit of shut eye. Unless something serious happens, I'll city in the morning. Hasn't calmed down at all. Although I don't think it's raining. I don't need that anymore. Let's have a sneak peek. Not a lot to see out there. Very little condensation. Not surprised with all that wind though. There is a little thin layer on the door near where my head's been. Let's get that off. Let's get a couple of layers on to brave the elements and show you outside. Wish me luck. This might not be a good look, but I don't care. Let's go and have a check on the fellas. You look like you're ahead of the game.
I am ahead of the game. I've got my breakfast.
It's weird you can actually have that for breakfast, can't you?
My other breakfast.
No, pork pie and Guinness.
Pork pie and Guinness for breakfast.
We're not even that hardcore up north.
Got hairs on your chest.
Bet it does.
That's a good night, that. It's very windy.
Very windy, mate. Everyone packing up?
Getting there, doing a little bit, yeah. What sort of go time do you think we've got?
Well, I bet it will. Dan's just been born.
Hello, good morning.
Held up well?
Yeah, fine.
It's a shame we've got no views again.
Yeah, nothing, no. Nothing at all, actually. Frustratingly, but I don't mind the flag.
Yeah, I like it. It's atmospheric. Yeah. Right, these are started packing up, so I better play catch up. So my hands are still cold just from tying my laces. I've not been able to warm them up again. Should have tied them while I was in the tent. Schoolboy error. Let's have a bit of a tidy up. Better in these conditions. This is the fun bit. Pretty grim. A few more pegs, roll it up and get it in the bag. That's harder than it looks. Safe and sound, can't blow away now. I did promise you some views, but again you got nothing. Yeah, but apart from these three fine figures. It's like Mount Rushmore, isn't it? Good test for the navigation skills. So when we arrived yesterday in all that sunshine, I thought we'd come to the wrong place.
Yeah.
This is the Wales I know.
Normal service has been resumed.
Nice view of the mountains. Pretty easy path down though. After you,
Yeah.
Mr. Lindley.
Mr. Lindley. All that. That's it. But things evolve and make things happen as you go.
Yeah. Bit like this route. We're almost back at the car and it's still a little bit foggy down here. Drying out?
Not yet.
We're back at the car park, so I suppose I better sign off. Massive thank you to Headley, Dan and Warren for chaperoning me in the beautiful Brecon Beacons. Maybe next time when we come back we've got some nicer weather, shall we say.
We'll get something in the diary.
I'll pop links in the description below to all their channels, so go check them out. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.